Shalom, everyone. So glad to see everyone of all ages and sizes. Let's begin with a nigun as we welcome in this last Shabbat of eating bread.
Yes. Tonight we are going to be foreshadowing Pesach a little bit with some tunes. So our nigun tonight is a Pesach tune. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 da dai dai, yai dai dai da da dai dai dai, dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 da dai dai, yai dai dai da da dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai, dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 da dai dai, yai dai dai da da dai dai dai, yai dai 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 da dai, dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai.
So that was the nigun, the sound of the song Adirhu, which is one of the songs in the Haggadah that we sing. And if you don't know it, don't feel badly, because when I was in rabbinical school, I learned that there were all these songs that I never learned because my dad, who led the Seder, didn't know them. So you know what I did on the first time I led my own Seder? This is when we had tape recorders. I took the tape recorder to the Pesach table and I actually pressed go. And that's how my family learned all these songs, with a cassette tape. So hopefully some of these songs that we'll do tonight, maybe they'll ring a bell, but maybe one day you'll bring, your iPhone to the table and play it. Shalom Aleichem, page 11, as we welcome in the Shabbat angels.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashem, Malachei Elyon, V'melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I know that there are some people here who have a yard site, so if you would come up and help us light the Shabbat candles and tell us a little bit about who you are remembering. And meanwhile, as they're coming up, please find someone who is near you and around you and introduce yourself and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
Hi.
Okay. So, Elliot, this is Elliot Samulon and Leah Grossman. And Elliot, who are you remembering?
My mother, Faye Samulon, and this is 13 years.
Oh, my father, Will Grossman, 13 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Marvin Alpern, 2 weeks.
Yeah, let's light the candles together.
Oh, one more.
One more.
That's okay.
Robert Blackman, my dad, a year and a half.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Another Seder tip, that there's a tradition in North Africa that you take the Seder plate and before Avadim Hayinu, you pass it over the middle of the Seder table and recall all of the ancestors who are no longer with you and bring them into the Seder at that moment. Yedid Nefesh, page 8.
Ay, 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 ay,
Shabbat, we sing many psalms to take us through the week. But because this is a special Shabbat right before Pesach, we're going to do a bunch of songs from Shir HaShirim. We begin on page 15. Shir HaShirim is Song of Songs. It's one of the books in the Hebrew Bible, and it is traditionally chanted and read during the Shabbat of Pesach. Dodi Li.
Dodi li fani lo haroe bashoshani. Dodi li fani lo haroe bashoshani. Mizot olam min hamidbar mikuteret moru levona. Mizot olam min hamidbar mikuteret moru levona. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshani. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshani. Hinach yafa, hinach yafa rayati, hinach yafa einayich yoni, מבעד לצמתך, שרך כעדר העזים. מבעד לצמתך, שרך כעדר העזים. שגלשו בהר גלעד. שרך כעדר העזים שגלשו מהר, שגלשו מהר גלעד, גלעד. Page 18. קומילך רעייתי יפתי קומילך. קומילך רעייתי יפתי קומילך. כי הנה הסתיו, כי הנה הסתיו עבר, הגשם חלף הלך לו. כי הנה הסתיו, כי הנה הסתיו עבר, הגשם חלף הלך לו. יפתי קובילה
Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, the chief rabbi of London, taught that we are heirs to a story, he means the Passover story, that inspired hundreds of generations of our ancestors and eventually transformed the Western world. He taught that what you forget, you lose. What you forget, you lose. And so Saturday night, when we're around our Seder tables and we're telling stories, the goal isn't to read the Haggadah, as I know that you know. The goal is to tell stories and make sure that you tell your stories and that the younger generation tells their stories so we don't forget. Baruch Hu, page 36. Oh, Lecha Dodi, page 29.
לך דודי לקראת קלה ילדה 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 פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה ילדה 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 פני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור Shabbat, the Kabbalat, לך דודי בקלה, ילדה, 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 בני שבת, the Kabbalat. לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי בקלה ילדה 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 בני שבת לקבלה לך דודי בקלה ילדה 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 בני שבת לקבלה המקדש מלך עיר מלוכה בתוך הפכה רב לך שבט בעמק המחה והוא יחמול עלייך נרלם לך דודי בקלה ילדה 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 בני שבת לקבלה לך דודי בקלה ילדה 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 בני שבת לקבלה על יד בן ישי בית הלכתי קרבה על נפשי גאלה לך דודי לי בקלה ילדה 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 בני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לי בקלה ילדה 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 בני שבת לקבלה עצרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצלה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת לקבלה
Page 36, Baruchu. We're ready. Be seated. 37, Ma'ariv Aravim, about light and darkness. Join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, u'bitnoneh meshane itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'misader et hakochavim b'mishmeratehem b'rakira kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, u'ma'avir yom u'mevi layla, u'mavdil ben yom v'ben layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Amen. Page 38.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת. Page 39. מי כמוך, מי כמוך, באלים אדוני, מי כמוך, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, מי כמוך, באלים אדוני, מי כמוך, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. And a song for Shabbat, page 41. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל
just read a teaching that, both the wise child and the wicked child both begin their questions with ma, the word ma nishtana, right? Ma. And often it's translated as what, because in modern Hebrew, ma means what. However, it can also be translated as why. Tell me, what's going on? And this commentator says that the parents all got it wrong. The parents answered the ma questions with, oh, well, let me tell you how you be Jewish, and these are the things that you should do. But the why question, why be Jewish? Why bother? Why is this important? The whys of our life also. That's really perhaps what is being asked of us. So as we rise for the Amidah, let's think about our whys and what our own personal answers are. Page 44.
Bechol dor vador, in every generation, it is up to every one of us to behave as if we were in the Exodus. Bechol dor vador, chayav adam lirot et atzmot כאילו יצב ממצרים בכל דור ודור חייב אדם לראות את עצמו כאילו
יצא ממצרים, כאילו, כאילו, כאילו הוא יצא ממצרים.
At Shelley Fox's Seder table, she doesn't have to take out the tape recorder. Because she has Shelley Fox
And she has Michael Skloff, too.
and Michael Scott.
And Simon Fox.
It's nice. As we prepare to say Mishaberach, a prayer for healing, not only do some of us individually need this prayer of healing, and we're thinking about others who do, but this is going to be the second Pesach that we will have hostages still held. And I offer this prayer and poem by Adine Solovey. Elijah is with the hostages. Elijah, the prophet, who will announce salvation and peace, will not visit your Seder table this year. Don't fill the cup. Don't waste the wine. The prophet is exhausted, pleading with the heavens for the hostages, pleading the heavens for the displaced, the grieving, the lost. Find hope in your own hands, in deeds of repairing the world, the acts of loving kindness. Elijah's not coming to your Seder. The work of healing the world and bringing redemption, he has left to us. Right now, that's where healing is going to come from, us and beyond. Page 239, Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys like to do some sort of teaching during your Seder, but what I'm about to share with you, you can rip off and you can use at your own Seder if you feel like it. So this year, I think there's a lot of frustration, anger, unsettled feelings about what's going on in our own country, what's going on in the world. And there is a very interesting prayer that is said toward the end of the Seder, and it is uncomfortable and surprising and really puts our feathers up. And the prayer is called Pour Out Your Wrath. And it's the prayer in which we ask God, and I'm going to pass this around in a moment, to pour out God's wrath against all of the nations who are mean to the Jewish people. And there's something weird about it, because here we are toward the end of our Seder. We're supposed to go from slavery to freedom, And here we are, sort of still holding a grudge and still being angry. This prayer actually entered the prayer book sometime in the 9th century, and it's based on Rabbi Huna. And Rabbi Huna, we learn about in the Talmud, in Ta'anit. Rabbi Huna actually grew up poor himself. And he had this tradition where not just on Pesach, where we open the door and we welcome in the hungry, but every single meal Rabbi Huna would do this. And Rava in the Talmud says, well, that's a bit much. I can't imagine doing that. And then commentaries throughout the ages give all these justifications. Well, you don't really have to do that. You don't really have to bring in all the hungry into your room, into your home, on your Pesach table. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because that prayer, pour out your wrath, happens right after we open the door for Elijah. Okay? Hold that in mind. Pass out these texts. Give one to Shelley, maybe. Okay. Right, so what I just taught is toward the beginning. And actually, this opening the door for Elijah, you can see I put at the top of the page, is actually the second time we welcome others to our Seder table. The first time is when we say earlier in the Seder, let all who are hungry come and eat. And now this second time, right before we open the door for Elijah, is when we afterwards say this really sort of vengeful, angry prayer. And I wondered, like, what does it take for us to open our hearts and to really bring suffering into our table? Like, what does that really take? This is not a rhetorical question. If we were to really, like, notice and welcome in all the suffering to our table, what would that mean? How would we be changed? How would our demeanors change? I could imagine me feeling deflated, right? Oh, gosh. Oh, there's such poverty. Oh, there's such war. Oh, it would be like almost debilitating, right? It would be a feeling of like, spaghetti bones. You want to cry, right? Which is what many of us are feeling lately, right? And that's what we're doing at this point in the Seder, which is sort of interesting. Remember, we've already eaten. The meal is, right, when we open the door for Elijah, our bellies are full and we've already eaten. So we make this radical move where we recognize the pain in the world, and then we say this prayer. Do you see it? Pour your wrath. Okay, here's the prayer. Pour your wrath upon the nations that did not know you, God, and upon the kingdoms that did not call upon your name, since they have consumed Yaakov, meaning the Jewish people, and laid waste his habitation, meaning, Jerusalem. Pour out your fury upon them, and the fierceness of your anger, God, shall reach them. You shall pursue them with anger and eradicate them from under the skies of the Lord. You can see that this prayer is made up of different lines from the Psalms and the Book of Lamentations. It's almost coming from a place of impotence, right? We can't do it. We, the Jews, can't beat them down. So you, God, please take care of it because we're impotent. You're looking at me weird. I'll share, but yeah. Okay. It is a difficult thing. Yes.
Because in our city too, like there's the big crap in the world.
Right.
The bigger crap in our government.
Right.
As big as.
Mm-hmm.
And then you walk outside and there's suffering people lying on the sidewalk
Yes.
in front of
Yes. Yes. It's like every level.
Every second, every place you look,
Mm-hmm.
suffering.
Yeah.
And it's very painful.
Yes.
And still, my fury
Yes.
isn't the macro.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't the world and
Mm-hmm.
the hate on the Jews. If you're hating on the Jews, my thought is you're hating on the justice, not hating on the Jews. You're hating on what's right. And there's a lot of people who are acting out and behaving badly toward others, Jewish and otherwise.
Right.
So I take the Jew.
It's just a microcosm of not acting righteously.
People are not acting righteously who are in positions of power.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I want God to put his attention to.
Uh-huh.
The Jews are part of it.
Uh-huh.
But there are people in prison in Venezuela that
Uh-huh.
shouldn't be there.
Yes.
Where's the righteousness there?
Right. Yes. Yes. And so we're bringing all of that anger, and I'm wondering how much of it are we frustrated that we can't act on it, and how much of it are we giving up and saying, you, God, do it? I don't know. By the way, I'm going to ask a lot of questions, and I don't know the answers. So it's fascinating, and I'm wondering why would we say this toward the end of the Seder? Right? I could imagine saying it at the beginning. We were slaves and Pharaoh was a jerk and whatever, but now we're almost toward the end. Okay, but Shelley's getting at something, which is I'm wondering how our full bellies are affecting this. I don't know. But how is this feeling love, Donna? Okay. Yeah. You're filled. Okay, and now you're saying this? Do you get the question? Why?
What Rabbi Sachs' quote said just at the beginning of our service tonight.
Good.
That if we've now done our whole Seder and sung our songs and told our story, and
Yeah.
we open the door, we have to stop for a second.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
but wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
We have a responsibility. There is a bigger responsibility. We
Uh-huh.
can't forget.
Uh-huh. Very good. Okay, let's keep on going with this. So I thought that in my prayer, in my Haggadah, there's this alternative to pour out your wrath, and it is pour out your love. And I thought, oh, isn't that nice and sweet? A little Reform alternative. Okay? And I'm sorry to beat up on Reform Judaism. I really love it. I am a Reform rabbi. But I didn't realize that it's actually based on a 16th century manuscript from Worms, Germany. It's not a bunch of Reform Jews making this up, okay? And look, here's another take. It says, pour out your love on the nations that know you and on the kingdoms that call upon your name. For the loving kindness that they performed with Jacob, meaning the people of Israel, and their defense of the people of Israel. In the face of those who would devour them, right? But they're sticking up for us. May they, those people, be privileged to see the Sukkah of peace spread over for your chosen ones and rejoice in the joy of your nations. This is really beautiful because this is about non-Jewish people who are sticking up for Jewish people in the midst of a very difficult time. And so it's a different take, and I know that we know, even though anti-Semitism has been rising in this nation and also in the world, we also know that there are so many people who are standing up for the Jewish people and standing up for people who are being sent to Venezuela who shouldn't be, right? And it's pretty moving. I have to say, after October 7th, all these people kept on emailing me, I'd like to convert to Judaism. I'm like, are you sure? Like, is this really the right time? and they're like, yes, Yes, I'm absolutely sure. I was thinking about it before October 7th, but then after October 7th, I was like, oh yeah, this I need to do this. Fascinating, right? Okay, it's focusing on people that are positive rather than people that are negative. Okay, thank you. I just want to talk about, is it easier to hate or is it easier to love? Obviously, the answer is sometimes both. And I wanted you to look at a couple of different teachings. Martin Luther King Jr., God bless him, he wrote, "I must say to my people who stand in the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice, in the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred." He always knew how to say it, right? God bless him. Rachel Goldberg Poland, do you remember who she is? She's Hirsch's mom, and Hirsch was killed eventually. He was captured on October 7th, and she spoke in front of the UN in 2003. And she said, "Here I am at the UN, and I live in a different universe than all of you. You're right here, but I, like all of the mothers and all the fathers and husbands and wives and sisters and brothers and loved ones of the stolen, we actually live on a different planet. When you only get outraged, when one side's babies are killed, then your moral compass is broken and your humanity is broken. In other words, when you only focus on the other side and not your side, your moral compass is broken. And therefore, in your quiet moments alone, all of us on the planet Earth need to really ask ourselves, do I aspire to be human? Or am I swept up in the enticing and delicious world of hatred? This is not a phenomenon unique to Israel or Gaza. This is everywhere on the planet. I understand that hatred of the other, whoever we decide that is seductive, sensuous, and most importantly, it is easy. Hatred is easy, but hatred is not helpful, nor is it constructive. War and conflict always end up hurting the innocent, which is why war is so brutal and devastating. In a competition of pain, there is never a winner. And you can read the rest on your own. And so Rabbi Sharon Brous, a colleague and friend of mine, struggles with this prayer of pouring out wrath, and also the alternative is pouring out love. And I find her teaching very beautiful. And this is a much longer article, and I just took a part of it. The careful construction of the Seder takes us on a narrative journey from narrowness to expansiveness. If we take seriously the first door, remember the first door of let all who are hungry come and eat, to heart, opening of the night, if we allow the Seder to not be performative but transformative, then by the time we open that second door, we have changed. This year, we must choose to open our doors in righteousness. When we say, let all who are hungry come and eat, let's mean it. And if we do, then by the time we open our door again, now with full bellies, to quote Shelley, we will not be able to pour out our wrath, but instead our hearts will be open to the power of love to heal us all. And she suggests that maybe we do actually say both, because maybe especially this year, there is a place for both. And maybe you can talk about that at your Seder tables, how you hold both the drive for anger and the openness for love, all in the same body, all at the same time. Thanks for studying with me. We continue with Aleinu on page 282, because it is upon us to figure out that path. 282, we rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל עמונה, ואנחנו גורעים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא. והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים. והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים. אין עוד מלבדו, אפס זולתו, אין עוד מלבדו, אפס זולתו, אחד, אדוני אחד, אחד, ושמו אחד, אחד, אדוני אחד, אחד, ושמו אחד, אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד, אפס זולתו, אין עוד מלבדו, אין עוד, אפס זולתו.
You can be seated. This week, our community has experienced some very difficult deaths, and we're especially remembering Aaron Solomon, who died right after his 50th birthday and leaves his wife Anat and 2 children who are 13 and 16. And during this past week, we laid to rest Joan Liebman and Marvin Alpern. And this week, we remember the Yartsites, the anniversary deaths of Patty Adlin, Leah Citron Aronson, Dave Cooper, Helen Dixon, Louis Goldberg, Leon Gross, Will Grossman, Michael Harris, Anna Heller, Beverly Jean Howard, Phyllis Eisenberg, Marcus Jacobson, Elle Klubis, Herman Cooper Berg, Don Levine, Phyllis Marks, Jerome Perlman, Faye Samuelon, Selma Sobel, Hyman Stern, Stanley Tisch, and Harry Zaritsky. If you're here remembering a yahrzeit or in the first year or month of mourning, we ask you to rise first. And if I didn't mention a name and you're here to say Kaddish for them, if you would stand and say their name. If it's your custom to stand for Kaddish, please stand or stand next to someone who's saying Kaddish so they're not alone. We're on page 292. 292 for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash. Amen. Bialma divrach hirute, bialmich malchute, b'chayechon v'yonechon, b'chayet kol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam al mei al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'tromam v'yitnaseh. V'tadar, v'tale, v'talal, shemei dekudasha,
Brichu.
le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu v'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Let's all rise for Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom b'mromav. Oseh Shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh Shalom. Hu yaseh Shalom. Hu yaseh Shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Oh, say shalom. Roma, shalom. Shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
I want to thank Shelley and our musicians today for leading us. We're on page 294. If you want to join in for Kiddush, the blessing over the wine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Lechaim.
And if we haven't met you, please walk up to us and introduce yourself so we can welcome you into this community. Let's join together in Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Dainu, 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 dainu. Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, dainu, 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 dainu. Shabbat shalom.